My name's Nancy Tallman. I work in Park City, Utah with Summit Sotheby's International Realty. I've been selling real estate in Park City for 18 years. Before that, I have a degree in public health, and I worked as a paralegal. And when I moved to Utah in 2003, I decided I wanted to follow my passion, which was homes and real estate, and pursue a new career, which is what I did. And I always had a dream of owning my own business. And so being in real estate has allowed me to fulfill that dream. In our market in Park City, it has completely exploded. We have people moving here from all over the country, from areas that are actually more expensive than Park City. So New York City, San Francisco, Palo Alto, and they're coming here with pockets full of cash and feeling like this is a good value. They're ready to make a lifestyle change. They liked the fact that during the pandemic, our schools were open where their schools were not. And so a lot of people moved to Park City full time, mainly to get their kids in the public schools, to have live schooling. So that was a big draw. And I think just people working at home and having a more flexible lifestyle opportunity reevaluated, okay, where do I want to live? How do I want to live? And decided that fulfilling that dream of living in a resort town was now possible, and they made that happen. I think a lot of them, some of them are moving into our golf course communities. We have several communities in Park City that are amenity rich. And so it's a lifestyle purchase. Wow, I want to be in this community where I can play golf, I can hike out my door, I can mountain bike, I can get transportation to the ski lifts. I can meet people because there's built-in social activities. Those communities have attracted a lot of people the past couple of years. I mean, they were always popular, but they're extra popular now. And then we've seen a lot of our trophy ski in, ski out homes get snapped up. We're seeing some people coming here from high tax states like New York and California, where they're just like, you know what, the taxes are so high, I'm not getting the services that I feel like I'm paying for. I want to move to a state where the taxes are lower and there's a better lifestyle. Well, I think for one thing, you have to find them, of course. So most people acquire their clients through what we call, sphere of influence, friends of friends, people But when you're working with a luxury home buyer or seller, one thing you have to know is this person didn't become high net worth by being stupid. And you're not going to be able to sell them or trick them into doing something that they don't feel comfortable doing. So you really have to be patient. Sometimes they're really busy. Sometimes they're shrewd negotiators. That's what they do full time. And so it's just very different than working with someone who's a first-time home buyer who really wants you to lead them and guide them and help coach them through every step of the way. These people, they will ask for your expert guidance when they need it, but for a lot of things, they will just trust their own instincts. And so you have to just respect that and, not let your ego get in the way. The other thing I want to touch on is communication. I have found that business people expect you to be very responsive, and that's really important. I just did a transaction with someone who is a, pretty high net worth person, and he was so polite. He would always text me and say, is this a good time to talk? And if I couldn't talk with him, I would always just text him back and say, how is a half hour from now? I would always respond, even if I wasn't available at that very moment, so that he knew that I was there for him. And I think he was very appreciative once our transaction closed. He felt like that I provided a high level of personal service, which is what they're used to getting, whether they're eating in a restaurant or whatever, shopping for clothes, buying a luxury car. They're used to getting a high level of service. I believe it's good to really understand the fundamentals of real estate and how transactions work wherever it is that you're practicing real estate so that you're capable. Nobody wants a trusted advisor who doesn't know what they're doing. So you have to really know what you're doing. And then you'll have the confidence to work with people who are higher net worth. So I mean, the reality is once you get through some of the negotiating, the transactions are easier because they're cash. People have money. If there's repairs needed, the buyers and sellers understand the process. They can afford to make the repairs. Some of my more challenging transactions have been with smaller properties where there's just, nobody has the money to make the repairs. And then you're trying to put a deal together and get two people to agree on something. And it's challenging because they just can't afford it. So, you don't have that issue with luxury, but you have other issues, which is, you have egos, you have busy people. And so you just have to really put your own ego aside, park that on the side, and just really try to service your clients in the best way that you know how. And they appreciate that.